we can edit that. So once you get started, go ahead and start.
Hey, you guys, what's up? It's Tiana here with our host, Coach Rod. Say what's up.
Yo, what do you say? What do you do? Kill, pues. Appreciate the intro, bullseye. So remember, not Tiana, bullseye.
Yes.
Or whatever y'all want to call it, bullseye,
Right.
aka Tiana, what have
Find
you.
a nickname for me. Let me know.
Hey, man, all day. So today we're going to talk about family. So it's always going to be a topic, and then there's going to be subjects underneath. So we got a topic, God, family, or health. Then there's going to be 3 subjects underneath.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about today.
So we're going to talk about family, and under that we're talking about nourishment, emotional intelligence, and then support group and structure.
Okay. So
Yeah.
nourishment. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Oh, you know what? Here, toast.
Oh, we got you.
To podcast number
Yes.
2. Toast to the people out here.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all coming out.
We so
And there's
appreciate
there's more people coming through as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of raining. There's a storm out there, so we just drive safe out there. Don't rush.
Please.
Especially everybody else out there tuning in. Don't drink and drive. Don't inhale and drive. Don't watch and drive. No, none of that and drive.
Right.
So, what's the first thing that comes to mind, Tiana? Our
Nourishment.
bullseye, nourishment.
Nourishment. So for me, that can mean a plethora of things. But for me, it's like what I'm feeding myself on a daily, what I'm telling myself. Whether that's I'm here at the shop or just in my daily life, like being careful about what I feed my soul, being careful about only telling myself positive things about myself, only feeding into things that are going to progress me and grow me as a person. So
Man, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's a good segue to love. So for me, nourishment is love. So Bob Marley always talked about that. You know, brings world peace.
Yeah.
Kanye West, crazy ass, used to talk about love too, with politicians, with his hood friends, with his family. Love. So on the real, that's what it is. We always talk about one love. We always talk about much love. We always talk about I love you. We always talk about shit. It's kind of scared to talk about that feeling because you become vulnerable.
yeah.
So showing love, it exposes vulnerability.
Yeah.
But now, ever since I got married, I don't know, like 30 years ago, and then my daughter, they turned me more vulnerable, which is fine. I am not tripping.
Right.
I make jokes. Y'all know I joke a lot. I
Yeah.
love my wife, but with time, love fades, grows, and love fades, and it grows. But at the end of the day, it does make us stronger. So whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Right.
And of course, my little daughter, 5 going on 21, she's a trip. So, man, I have to love her for her to understand me and for me to understand her. That's her language.
Yeah, and that's good segue into love languages because I think that's important to address. Like when you're talking about loving somebody and just people in general, you gotta get to know them, right? You gotta know how they love and how they need to be loved, and then also how they communicate.
Yeah, so I hope I remember, because if not, my lady will kill me. But there's 5 love languages, right? So like there's the gifting, right?
Physical touch.
There's physical touch, words of affirmation,
acts of service.
acts of service.
And then the last one is
Quality time.
thank you, Janelle.
Holla!
Yes,
You
Janelle,
see?
Janelle's on it.
Bro, that's why we got a live audience.
Yes, they help us out. They keep us like on point.
Because Bullseye, she's on point. You see, it always associates with her AK, but I don't got my shit together. So people like Bullseye keep us on point.
Yeah, I
People
trust
like
y'all.
people like the mystery Janelle that one day she'll be on our panel.
Right, she'll show her face.
She keeps us on point as well, keeps us focused, keeps us tunnel vision.
Yeah.
So yes, quality time. So I'm glad she said that. So mine is quality time.
Mine too. That's like top on my list actually. The one I scored highest in.
And it's also affirmation.
Mine too.
So
See, that's why we fuck with each other, y'all.
come on, I have this on the toast. Shit, it's a good thing this ain't tequila because we
Right,
get drunk as
no,
fuck
my
by now.
God. And I do not do the hard A. I'm just saying.
We always be on point. We'd be drunk by now, toasting. And but yeah, so the 5 languages, good book. It's a short read, maybe about 200 pages. Actually, a good idea by my wife. She had put a book club together, and then
really?
family, they were meeting together about every 2 weeks. So that's something you could do, something like this. You know, everybody's always getting together, just talking.
Yep.
about
That's
nonsense?
Mm-hmm.
How about you talk and make it stimulant?
Right.
You make it a lasagna
Make
conversation.
it worth your while. Yeah.
You know, I learned that from somebody else. Man, this is a good lasagna conversation.
Yeah.
That means it's beefy.
Yeah.
It's got good meat and potatoes. It's got
Yeah.
substance, something that you can take out of it. And that's the point of these podcasts, is that everybody gets something out of it. So I'm gonna say my last thing about nourishment, and you can close up on it if you want. The other thing about nourishment, with like I said, it's quality time and affirmation for me. I asked my mom when I was 20. We were driving from Cleveland, Ohio, to New York. So it's about a 7-hour trip, and I asked my mom's. I was 20 years old. I was like, "How come you never told me you love me?" So straight up, she got defensive. A good fashion Latino woman. And she took off her chancleta, her sandal, smacked me across the head, and she's like, "Of course I tell you." So we elaborate on the theme to say, you care about me, but you've never said I love you.
Right.
So then we started digging deep, and she's like, "Well, son, I was raised to provide a roof over your head, my kids, in other words, me, my siblings, and provide food on the platter. That's it."
Yeah.
She was raised by her siblings, not by her parents.
Wow.
So she wouldn't be disciplined by her parents. She'd get her ass kicked by her older brothers. So just different era. My mom I'll be 41. She's 26 years older than me, so she's 67. So just different era.
Yeah.
Right? So all that to say, nowadays she calls me. She tells me that she loves me more than yesterday. Like literally, she says that. She's like, "Te amo más que ayer." So I love you more than yesterday. So that's dope as fuck, man.
Yeah.
So whenever she calls me, it's not an annoyance. And I say that because a lot of people, the people call, it's like, "Oh, it's mom again." I'll decline. He or she loves me, so they'll call me back. Don't do that. Just pick up the fucking phone and say, "What's up?"
Yeah. It's that simple.
You know, so stop bitching about the lack of nourishment and start appreciating it.
Yeah, and that's a good segue into what I was going to talk about. Just communicating that. Like, don't be scared to say, like how Rod said, you know, when he asked his mom, "Why you never told me you didn't love me?" Like, don't be afraid to ask his questions. To my point about that is, I had a conversation with my mom as well. Like, growing up, we didn't really hug like that. Like, my mom was never a touchy-feely type of person. And so I am, and I picked that up from my dad. And so I asked my mom, I'm like, "Man, we don't really hug." It was awkward. So by the time I was 18, I would give my mom a hug. It'd be hella awkward. Like I was hugging a stranger, like, you see, like that. Like that. But, you know, it's crazy because I don't live with my mom anymore. And every time I see her, she gives me the biggest hug, the biggest embrace ever.
It's a nice feeling,
Yeah.
and we keep saying we're gonna end it and we'll segue, but this nourishment, man, you could talk about it all day, every day.
Yeah.
It's such an important topic that leads and segues into others, and we'll get to that. But nourishment, I mean, we could keep rolling on nourishment. I mean, to your point about hugging, you'll get opposite sex, men and female, or you get females hugging, but you don't get a lot of dudes hugging.
Right. You don't see that every day.
You know, or it's like LeBron was joking about that once a day. I wanted like 5 years ago about a certain type of hug, like the man hug or whatever. Like, this fucking hug, man. All this bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, so we talk about, I don't know what's up with his game. I don't know why he called the timeout at the end, even though he wasn't supposed to, J.R. Smith. So, like, because we're not loving each other. We're not caring for each other.
Yeah.
We're too caught up and wrapped up in our own bullshit, in our own world.
Yeah.
We're being very selfish. And by mankind, our essence is to be selfish. You know, our brotherhood, our evolution, cavemen, all that stuff, it was survival of the fittest. That's just what it is. We get it. But learn to love each other, learn to hug each other once in a while. And I tell you, with those embraces, they're pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
The other day, Hugo looked out for me. I was going through some stuff. I appreciate that, Hugo. You know, it's okay to fucking hug.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. And actually to learn more about yourself, and it kind of goes back to that sense of vulnerability. Okay? And it actually starts to teach you how to be, in our case, as a man, because women are very good about that, being confident. We become more men than that. You know? I'll pull the bitch card on somebody if he ain't hugging me, or if he's too uncomfortable taking a naked shower with me or whatever. Oh, open bay, like the lockers.
Trying to open Pandora's box.
You know what I'm saying? open bay like the lockers. But it's the dudes that are worried about that. Those are the ones that you gotta be worried about.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's about confidence, bro.
Yeah.
Stop tripping. Stop tripping. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. It's all family through nourishment.
Yeah.
So we'll close nourishment on that before I start going into another tangent. But
Yeah, that's a good segue into emotional intelligence.
emotional intelligence. What you think?
I think the more you learn about yourself, the more you become more aware of like where your emotional highs and lows are. I know for me, like I'm becoming more aware of what my weaknesses are. Even just working with you and doing the podcast and helping out the shop, it's really made me aware of like what my weaknesses. Like, oh man, I should be better at time management, or I should be better at communicating my needs, or when I feel like maybe my need isn't getting met. You know?
Well, but that's why you have a community. That's why you have the shop. Is to not expose you, embarrass you, show you up, but just help you become a better person. So they used to teach us in the military, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So for me, it was always my legs. I know we're talking about emotional intelligence, but I'm just going with a specific area of physical that people understand. So I built up my legs. And then eventually, like, fuck, I can't make fun of his skinny legs no more. So I worked on my weakest part. So there was more frequency there. So in this case, you got to work on your emotional intelligence, work on that frequency. Talk about it, maybe expose yourself a little bit, read about it, listen about it, view about it, whatever about it. Educate yourself. So for me, you know how you got mind, body, spirit, and emotion. We always forget about the fourth platform. So physical sense, the mental sense, the soul, the spirit, and then lastly emotional intelligence, which is what we're talking about. That's my weakest platform, is emotional intelligence. So if somebody likes me, I'm like, come here. I latch on them. Because I grew up bullied.
That's real, yeah.
I grew up, my friends were getting invited to parties and then I would tag along. I grew up liking a girl and she would tell me, oh, you cute, but you just too nice. I'm like, damn it! You know? And I gotta go do graffiti. I gotta turn bad. You know what I'm saying? And this is in New York. So you do things and people kind of fuck you up and you don't think about it at the moment. But as you grow older, like you recall events, formative years and whatnot, you know, kid, teenager, young adult. And it truly like, it rides with you.
It does.
It rides with you, and we started with nourishment, and it led into my emotional intelligence. That's why I don't have good emotional intelligence, because I was not taught that. I teach my kids that all the time. Like if my little dude is being a little butt to his sister, I get in his ass. Like, dude, she's the one that's gonna kick somebody's ass as you get older. You guys gotta be a little clique, be a little team.
My mom was the exact same way. Like me and my sisters were triplets, y'all, if y'all didn't know. So there's two more of me, we look alike. So I'm a triplet, and my mom would always tell me when you tell your kids, like, if one of y'all falls, you better be there to pick her up, and you better not let nobody kick her ass, or else I'm kicking your ass, you know, type deal. So I agree with you on that point. And then also with emotional intelligence, I feel like it has a lot to do with how you see yourself as well. Because I feel like if you don't see yourself in the best light, then that projects onto other people, and then they won't see you in the best light.
Man, that's so good. So recently I found out that I wear my emotions on my sleeves. So when people told me, I'm like, shit, I apologize. I'm so sorry. And I try my best, and then somebody else told me that they'll check with somebody, hey, is Coach cool today? That's a horrible feeling. I'm sorry to y'all. I'm sorry to the shop. I'm sorry to the energy here. I'm sorry to God for blessing me with this, for sucking. So,
we still love you. Stop it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you. And I appreciate that. And you have, and people have. And that's what makes me keep going because, you know, I ain't gonna lie. This is not easy. I've thought about quitting before. I'll be the first one to tell you. And people don't tell you that. And I think if there's entrepreneurs out there that deny that or say they never thought about it, they're bullshit. You're full of shit.
Right, you're lying.
Because you're human. You just got to be in touch with yourself. And I'm just saying that because of what you just said about 30 seconds ago. Being emotionally intelligent makes you smarter, in tune with yourself. Saying, you know what? Yeah, I don't like that. Like saying, going to your grandma's is like, you know what? I don't like liver. Okay? That's not good. I don't give a shit how many times you cook it, Grandma. Please stop serving me that shit. Okay? So you learn yourself.
You learn yourself.
You learn yourself.
If we said that, we get a double serving.
No, it's true though. Like,
I know. I would get my ass kicked. Straight up, I would get my ass kicked. So you get more. Janelle's right. Tamara's right. You get your ass kicked. But at the end of the day, if you just keep it real with Grandma or whoever, then you'll learn that shit. Grandma's gonna make me this, that, and the other. So she'll make you a side plate.
Yeah.
We had to say, I don't care for that. Thank you, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, be nice, be respectful.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, if you're just true with yourself, people start showing you the light. Like, then, son, you should have said something.
Yeah.
I've been shoving liver up your ass for the past 20 years. I didn't know you didn't like it.
Yeah.
You ate it all. I'm like, yeah, because I don't want to get my ass kicked.
Yep.
So that's all emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
It's just we're living this big lie to put up a front, or how people say fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I hate that shit. That's just me though.
No, don't just fake it. Like, be about it.
That's just me. Everybody knows I'm raw as it comes. What you see is what you get.
Yep.
I just keep it real. Even like when Dave Chappelle, when keeping it real goes wrong. That's just me, man.
Yeah.
Look, I got no ghosts in the closet.
Right.
When it's all said and done, people ain't gonna be talking shit about me at the funeral.
Right.
They're just gonna be like, that was a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because I learned about my emotional intelligence over years, and I was right with myself.
Yeah.
Like, I went out and I lived the life that I wanted to live.
Right.
And a lot of it had to do with me honing in and being confident and comfortable with my emotional intelligence.
Yeah, and I think that's something that you've shown me that you do really well, and it's helped me because I know my emotional intelligence, my biggest area of weakness is like speaking up for myself in whatever situation. So I feel like you definitely taught me, like, you gotta have a voice, you gotta speak up for yourself. Like, I know I was probably the biggest person that was afraid of conflict. I wanted everybody to like me. I wanted to please everybody. But the more I went through life and learned, and I'm only 24, you guys, so I still have a long way to go. But what I've learned up until this point is that the more confident I became in myself, the more I knew my worth, the more I was able to speak up for myself in situations that necessarily didn't fit me as a person in what I wanted to do and give. If that makes sense.
Yeah, 100. So that's what I'm here for. That's what the shop is here. What's up, Papi? So another more audience coming through. Hey, grab the liquor right there if you want. It's in the cooler. That's what it's there for. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. Don't be shy. So we just had another person walk in. Sorry about that, y'all.
Yeah.
So to Tiana's point, that's what the shop is here for. That's what the podcast is here for, to help y'all.
Yeah.
Like a specific advice. A lot of people like specificity. Like everyone's like, oh, this philosophical talk and theories and, you know, the Pythagorean theorem to how to get the emotional intelligence right.
Yeah.
So everybody's waiting back there. It's like, fuck, he's not going to give me nothing direct. Fuck, I hate this shit. No, I'll tell you. Right. So what helps me with emotional intelligence, because I'm emotionally weak, is I keep the bad juju out.
Right.
I keep the people that are not supporting me out. I tell people that got opinions, because everybody's got one, right? Something about everybody's got an opinion, everyone's an asshole, something like that, right? So I was like, that's subjectivity. I don't need subjectivity. I need objectivity.
Right.
Like 1 + 1 is 2. Let's keep it there. And divided by 1 is still 2. Let's keep it there. All right. I just want the objectivity. People that have been in my life and they're not helping me today, they're not supporting me, I'm cutting the fat. I don't got time for that shit no more.
Yeah.
Okay? And if you're out there and you think I'm hating right now, then you need to work on your emotional intelligence, players. So right now, I need to work on myself so that my kids can be right, so my family can be right, so the shop can be right, so the people in the shop can be right, so Pablo's can be right, Janelle's, every fucking body could be right.
He just made a face. He was like, what?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
What's going on?
So at the end of the day, I tell people the following.
Yeah.
You cannot help people if you're not the best version of yourself.
High five. I have to high five. No.
Yeah, nah.
It's
What
so
you mean high five?
Oh, toast. I'm sorry. Look.
This
Cheers.
ain't PG-13, player. Come on, man.
This is the champ.
This ain't you. This ain't YouTube Kids.
Hey, you two kids actually pretty dope though.
Come on, player. It's cool. This is pretty fucking dope.
It is.
Come on, player. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
No.
You're about to do the shark song or something.
I was. Okay.
But that is a good song.
Yeah.
But anyways, the point is, I'll leave it like this. When you're on an airplane and something happens, an emergency, gas mask, oxygen mask come down, you got to put it on yourself first
Yeah.
before you put it on the kid.
Yeah.
Because if you put it on the kid and then you are passing out, the kid's like, well, we're fucked. So you got to take care of yourself first. And like in family, they tell you it's the kids first. Bullshit. That's my opinion, though. You got to take care of yourself first. Then your spouse together, you steward the relationship. Then it's the kids.
Yeah, so your kids are looking at you and watching how you treat each other and how you treat yourself.
Come on,
How
player.
Yeah.
Come on, we're about to be faded as fuck.
Because you guys, listen, how you treat yourself when you have, I don't have kids, y'all, but this is just something my mom told me. And growing up watching my mom and how she carried herself, that's how I carry myself. And so it's true, like, if you're not good, and then you and your spouse aren't good together, your kids are watching that. And so in return, they're going to grow up thinking it's okay to treat people a certain way or act a certain way around
100.
people. If it's not positive. It's
100. If I'm treating my wife like shit, then my daughter's spouse, they're going to treat her like shit.
Yeah.
It goes for my son.
Yeah.
Her significant other's going to treat him like shit. And then I'm going to treat that person like shit 30 years from now. So let's stop the chain. Let's stop the cycle. Change it, y'all. Work on your motherfucking self. Stop making motherfucking excuses. Stop walking around poopy pants.
Yeah.
Because nobody gives a fuck.
And stop trying to do it all by yourself and find people to support you.
Yeah, come on
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
Come on, player.
And that goes into our next point.
Yeah.
Before you go into the next point, so usually we'll cut out at 20 minutes
Yeah.
for Instagram Live.
We stayed a little longer.
No, it's all good. It's
Yeah.
all we're on a roll.
Yeah,
We're just going with the
totally
flow.
fine. Yeah.
Go with the energy.
Oh,
we
yeah.
got the right frequency right now. Let's keep it on that note.
Okay.
But so your Instagram folks that haven't gone to YouTube, take your asses to YouTube. If you want to see the other 40 minutes, please take your little butts to YouTube. We'll have the hyperlink on it. Tiana's gonna hook it up. /bullseye. She's gonna hook y'all up.
Yep.
Click on the hyperlink, and it's a way to hook y'all to subscribe, please. So eventually we start making some funds for this, and we start making the channels funner.
Yes.
Maybe we get some guest people up in here,
Yeah, that'd
whoever it is, and help support the channel, please. Integrated Vitality. So again, we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut the Instagram. So we'll see you on YouTube, y'all.
Peace.
Did it work?
She get it?
There we go.
Cool.
I'm like, where the hell's the button?
What's up, my YouTubers? So we're still on emotional intelligence, yes?
Yeah.
All right. So the last topic we were talking was work on ourselves first, and then it just kind of trickles from there.
Yep.
So what else you got for emotional intelligence? Anything else?
Let's see. Yeah, so I think once you know your worth and you respect yourself, you're gonna like speak up for yourself, know your worth. So something that Coach Rod tells me all the time is put a price on yourself. Like, don't just go into something yet and not know what you're worth, right? Like, don't always say, oh, I'm gonna do it for free, oh, just because I love to do it. If that's something you're passionate about and that's something you want to pursue, why would you not put a price on it? Why would you not invest in yourself, right?
So good. So that's another specific solution to improve your emotional intelligence. So the first one was work on yourself, which works and segues perfectly into what you're saying. Your worth. What is your worth? I'll give you a third one. To work on yourself, to build up that worth, I think meditative state is good.
Yes.
So for me, I suffer from anxiety. Man, I'm putting myself out there.
You really are. It's good. It's good.
Right? Anyways, so I'll just keep it real. So I work on that. A lot of people tell me that's crazy. I can't believe this and this and that, just because I've competed all my life, and I was in special operations with the family, now the business, and I'm always putting my. That doesn't mean that I don't suffer of something, and that goes for everybody out there. And that's again what this podcast is about. We try to hit topics that are relatable, to y'all out there, to here in the shop, in the audience right now. Because if not, we're wasting our time.
Right.
So we want to touch we want to be able to touch in every person out there. And in this case, yeah, Coach Rod suffers of anxiety. So what do? I get the fuck away.
Yeah.
I get the fuck away. Even with my kids,
Yeah.
I'll be like, listen, children of the corn,
Oh my gosh.
I need you little motherfuckers to keep your little butts in the living room Rod's gonna run away right now, and he's gonna go hide somewhere. You ain't gonna fucking find him. So just stay the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, bro.
No, it's
I
true,
can't
it's
even use the
real.
motherfucking bathroom without them knocking on the door. It's like a fucking horror movie. See, Pablo's laughing because he knows, bro. He knows, bro. It's the funniest shit. It's the funniest shit. I love him to death. I do. But again, work on yourself first.
Yeah.
We run amok trying to, impress him, her, our kids, and then we end up feeling like shit over time. And then you run across people like, hey, Rod, you look like shit today. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Because we forgot about ourselves.
Right.
So again, the point number 3 is get away. A drive, a walk.
That's what I do.
Go work out by yourself. Or at the shop. If you want to come early and work out by yourself, then do that. There's a lot of people that do that. You don't have to be in the class. That's fine. Go do something else. If you want to go foam roll for an hour and a half, then go fucking foam roll for an hour and a half. That's not necessarily recommended. You don't want to break down the fascia too much, right, Janelle? So, all that to say, just get the fuck away.
Yeah.
What do you do if, I don't know, you're stressing too much?
Yeah, because one thing with me is I don't do well in high stress, on the spot situations. So one thing for me, like you brought up, I like to go for a drive. I'll burn so much gas in my car all day, sometimes in a week, just because I have to physically get away from the location, right, and go on a drive. I don't know, something about it, the scenery helps me really focus in on myself and helps me refix my focus.
What about a hobby? You got a hobby?
Yeah, so I do photography. Photography is a creative outlet for me. Take pictures of nature. I'll go to the waterfront on Ruston Way. Really beautiful spot. It's nice. You sit on the rocks, you look at the view, and you just kind of think about life.
So a hobby of mine is writing. I like to do poetry.
You should showcase some of that here on the podcast.
Okay.
Challenge point for him. I don't know if he'll do it.
That will do it. Okay. That's all. But you're gonna put me on the spot right now.
I was trying. Y'all saw that, right? I was trying to.
I got you. I will. You know what? 2 weeks. I'll hit y'all up
He
for
be
one.
downplaying himself. He's dope. He raps. He writes. He draws.
I thank you. Yeah, I used to draw. So I did used to draw. So true story. When I was a kid, between 7 years old and 10 years old, one of my neighbors, older kid, I was like I said, 7 to 9. He was about like 13, 14, and I would go to his house and we would draw. We would do comic books. So I did Wolverine. He was always my favorite character. But I think I associated with him.
Yeah.
Because Wolverine is always the rebel. But he was always the hero. And I was protecting everybody. So I was protected my mom, at least the bit that I could, because my dad used to kick my mom's ass. And then my sister. And then, of course, running in the streets. It was just bad in New York and Queens. So I associated, and I used to draw him all the time. I used to sit like this, and I'd be drawing people. For real.
The closest I come to drawing is stick figures.
Oh, that's not good. Can you do at least what's his name from Toy Story 4, Sporky or some shit?
No, I can't. I'm
Can't
trying.
do that.
No.
Come on,
She
play it.
designed clothes. She's lying. She can draw. She can draw clothes.
Not
and
people,
stuff.
though.
But you can design clothes. You
Y'all, that's my sister in the background. She's trying to put me on blast.
No, for real.
She's
She
not.
does it all the
She's
time.
hooking you up. She's putting you on the platform.
All the
Y'all,
time.
she's encouraging me. That's my support system.
So, and we're gonna talk about that nice support
Yeah.
structure, support group and structure.
Yeah.
But on the topic of that we're still on how to battle emotional intelligence and gain that as a good attribute in your favor out of the 4 platforms: mind, body, soul, and motion, is making it strong. Also, guitar. I've been trying to play the guitar again, but I just get distracted.
Yeah.
The last time that I truly was doing it is 2016. Then before that was in Iraq. But you're working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I get to my bed, I'm just like,
Yeah. You're beat.
you're exhausted.
Yeah.
So what I did, I bought a Connect, I bought Guitar Hero, and I've been playing with my daughter.
That's awesome.
So and it's just about getting the fingers moving, associating the chords, and then eventually, I always tell my lady, like, you're gonna be in trouble when I fix my shit, because if we get into like arguments and shit, I'm just gonna be like, ring. You can't do that shit. Busting out the guitar, motherfucker. Hell yeah, bro. And that's what I'm gonna do to people here too, man. When they're poopy pants, I'm just gonna come up behind them.
What the fuck is that?
I'm just gonna start singing to them, man. And like
song?
for anything, bro. Like Tamara. When she was like, Coach, I don't think I could do that.
Oh yeah.
You know that you can.
Oh, that would go good for confessionals on
Yes, confessionals with guitar,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like that day,
Yes.
like we'll get you down, Tamara. We'll sit you on the bench. We'll go
Yeah.
back to back like a confessional, and I'll be playing my guitar,
Yep.
like a little lullaby or
Yep.
something, you know.
Just start confessing.
Yeah, kind of like you know that you can. Don't you be poopy pants
Yeah.
type deal. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Uh-huh.
So, hobbies. That was the point of that. Sorry about the
Yeah.
quick tangent.
Have healthy outlets to help you deal with that.
Ah, well said. You always articulate things better. And segueing into how she said about her sister, putting her on the pedestal,
Yeah.
the fashion diva here, designer, support group. Her sisters are a great support group,
They really are.
slash structure, whatever the hell you want to call it. Hugo leans on me, I lean on him, we lean on Pablo, we all help each other. Janelle is fantastic. The shop, that's what the shop is for. It's a
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
It's a community. Now we try to make it a formal, a business. Try not to make it the damn breakfast club,
Right. Right.
but we definitely try to make it a place, a venue, a place of opportunity, an opportunity to grow
Yeah.
through people.
I appreciate that.
So that all day, man, that's what
Yeah.
it's for.
Yeah.
Because if we're not doing that, what the fuck are we doing?
Right.
Then what the fuck are we doing? We're supposed to be lifting each other up.
Yep. But I also think it's important. Sorry to cut you off there, but I also think it's important to be around people and have a support group that not only encourages you and lifts you up, but tells you the truth. And does it in a way that's encouraging you to be better and do better, and that motivates you and pushes you to keep going, you know?
Well, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
And I have to intercept because I'll forget my thought.
Okay.
But she just said how you say it. So even I've learned that over the years since I've started this. With family, with my family, with the business. It's kind of, stop being a little bitch and do another motherfucking 5 push-ups! That's not going to go well.
Right.
Especially somebody that just got here.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So you want to get down there, encourage them, do your own push-ups. It's kind of like, well, coach, you can't. You get down there and I start beating my face. Well, I set the example. We talk about squats, we talk about deadlift, we talk about the bicep, we talk about this, that, and the other. So you have to set the example. People are trying to emulate you. What's up, player?
Yes.
So, you got to set the example. You want to practice what you preach. I never tell people to do something that I cannot do.
Right.
Like Janelle, she's always very creative and inventive. Hey, try this, coach, and boom, we did that. Like the ab thing from the other day with the
Yeah,
foam roller, that was pretty cool.
Really cool.
So, you don't remember?
No, I do.
Okay, no, she shook her head. I was like,
But anyway, long story short, it's
Yeah.
I have to set an example. I have to be a good host to be a good host.
Right.
Did you get that?
yes.
So I'm being a good host for God and being a good example, and then I could be a good host.
Yeah.
That was not bad, right?
That was pretty good. We're
Yeah.
toasting to
I'll
that. Okay.
toast myself for that.
No, I'm toasting with you. What you mean? I'm not gonna leave you hanging.
I just did a LeBron there. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
No.
Self-proclaimer. But all that to say is encourage each other.
Yeah.
Let's talk from the heart.
Yeah.
Let's not talk from in a judgmental mind frame.
Right.
Let's talk from lifting each other up.
Yeah.
So
Can you give an example of that?
oh, I knew you were gonna go there. So there's a difference between being I sympathize and I empathize. So I empathize is I've been there.
Right.
Then you give that story. You give an
Right.
example.
Right.
So to answer your question is how can I be relatable?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I sympathize, and as a matter of fact, credit to Hugo, the word of the month is comprehension.
Yeah.
Comprehension. Comprensión, comprensión, comprensión. So it's go ahead, player.
Dip in here real quick.
Yeah. How are you?
So comprehension, man. Here he it's basically saying I'm gonna talk to you,
Yeah.
not down to you or at you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you gotta learn how to speak to people,
Yeah.
and we're forgetting to do that. Even our kids. Let's rationalize the situation. Let's instead of saying stop being a little shit,
Yeah.
get your shit together, because then I get my little baby, my son, like boss baby, and he's gonna turn around like, "Whoa, Dad, can you rationalize that for me?" They're not gonna do that, so we need a little more patience.
Yeah.
We don't have patience, so the other answer is have patience. What's up, homegirl? So the answer to your question is patience.
Yeah.
Is rationalize. Be empathetic if you can, so you're relatable. Sympathize. Just be nice. What else can I tell you? Help me out here. More.
Yeah, no, I had another question. What would you say for people that feel like they don't have a support group, that don't have that structure? How would they find that? Go about finding that?
That's a good question. So the first answer is Google integrated vitality. It'll lead you to the shop. What? Come on, player! Shameless plug.
You did. I was gonna say you just upsold yourself.
Come on, man.
That's dope.
If I ain't promoting the shop, I ain't doing my job.
That's right.
So
sick.
That was.
So get your asses to the shop. Get your asses to the shop. Get your asses to the shop. Get your asses to the shop.
Say it twice for the people in the back.
Man, wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. So get your asses to the shop. That's where your support structure's at.
Yeah.
Okay, another answer. If you don't know where the shop is at, or because you're out of state, out of country, whatnot. Your family. Find someone that you're relatable to.
Yeah.
A sibling, a cousin,
Friend.
one of the two parents, a friend that's like family.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, you know, blood is not necessarily family. I got some shitty family members. I got some street homies that are more family to me than some of my cousins.
Yeah.
That we go way back. And I think that goes for everybody. But don't get me wrong, every time I go back to the hood, I have my 3 beers. I'm, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Because y'all motherfuckers about to wild out.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, so you gotta know when to get in and get out. So the point of that is, find somebody that's relatable to you.
Yeah.
We talked about the hobby, so support structure. You want to play the guitar? Google that shit. See who's teaching guitar, or at Guitar Center, or at the YMCA. They do classes. If you're a DJ, find another DJ that you can hone in with and you know, talk shit with. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I got this party and they want me to do EDM, but the only thing I got is Cholo music, so I think I'm in trouble. So then you're
He hit it at home base with me. He hit it at home base with me. Because I've had that situation.
Yeah.
I've had that situation.
Yeah.
You hit it at home base with that.
Bro, but that's why it's always a team effort.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to do this world, this thing, this life, this day to day by themselves. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, you know what? Keep going, Tiana, because I'm talking about all that. And look, Common is saying the light. So,
there we go.
So, Common talks about that. So everything is spiritual. So what he's talking about is the light, is getting right and staying bright. Well, I just did it. Come on, man.
He's on a roll. Guys, come on.
Come on, man. I need
You're
to
on your A
write.
game.
I need to write this shit down.
Dude, no,
We're
but
gonna start doing T-shirts out of all
I'm
this
telling
stuff,
you,
man.
I'm telling you, like, be the
T-shirts.
light or something. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. But to your point about that, I think what helps is because, like, for structure, that second point, structure, like having people in your life that are gonna be there no matter what, like be consistent with you and stay there with you. Because I feel like there are a lot of people in life who, when you're successful and they see you at the top, they want to be a part of it, right? But then when things get tough, you see people start to trickle down and fall away, and like, oh, I don't have time for you right now, man, or oh, I'm busy. I know I've seen that with me.
Oh, I got one for
I
you.
think that's important to be consistent. So when you do, after you find your support group, you guys find people that are consistent with you, that are going to stay with you, that are going to hold you accountable, that are going to be there with you, not just because you're flourishing and doing super well, but be there with you when you're not. When you're really down, when you're like, yo, I really need you right now. Like, I gotta talk to you. You know?
That's so
Because I
good.
know it works well with me. That's helped me a lot.
All day consistency, man. Like I say, like life is meaningless without passion.
Yeah.
But also, life without consistency has got no drive.
Yeah.
So, actually, I've never said that. I just said that right now.
So you did just say. So you just say it. It's okay.
I made it sound like I
Is
didn't say
that? Is this
No,
somebody
it-
writing this down?
Right.
I don't got.
Take notes, everybody.
I swear,
We got
I
audio
swear,
on this
I swear,
one.
I don't got ghostwriters.
I'm
There's some-
glad that we
I
got
know,
audio.
I know. There's somebody behind the couch like, hey, bro, say this. I swear, ain't nobody back there.
It's not.
It's just flowing, man.
is,
Everything's
that's what happens.
spiritual. Everything's just spiritual. Just
Yeah.
this is just. I say always. I'm a host. It's God speaking through me.
Yeah.
So, to your point, the consistency, finding that support structure, another like specificity or specific advice. And I was just chopping it up with Hugo the other day, and I was talking about, bro, find 2 people.
Yeah.
Find a believer and a motivator. And I just made this up the other day. I swear to God. No, I can't swear to God. Sorry, but. A motivator is somebody that's in the grind with you every day, that's pushing with you, that's doing the calls, that's doing the lifts, that's taking you here, that's taking you there, that's taking you everywhere, that's telling you all your good shit. That's a motivator. That they're in the grind with you. So to be specific, as we do events or at the shop, what does that mean here? Motivator.
Yeah.
Hugo motivator. Vivian motivator. Pablo motivator. Janelle motivator. You know, if I say something, she'll be like, "That ain't right, motherfucker." I'm like, "Oh shit."
Right.
All right, then what's up, man? Let's go. Let's come correct. Let's
Yeah.
fix this person.
Yeah.
She's very smart. Tamara, you know what I'm saying? Motivator. So believers. That's the second person, a believer. So a believer for me is like my boy Russ in Kentucky. I'll talk to him about anything. My best friend Gianni in Maryland, big ups, love you. We go way back, like 25 years, wrestlers back in the day, and special ops together. Another believer for me, my mom, man. My mom, she's always grinding and telling me, fuck them too. My mom, I swear she was in La Revolucion once upon a time, bro.
I remember when we had this phone.
Bro, I swear to God, bro.
Yeah, really?
I swear, when I saw the movie, I was like, I think that's my mom back there, bro. I swear she pistol whipped somebody, bro.
Oh my God.
Bro, I got a story for you, but what were you gonna say, Hugo?
Oh, I was reminiscing about the conversation we had about the believer and the dreamer, and I had the blessing. I stumbled upon them. My first was my believer, my because you said the dreamer and the believer, right?
Yeah. Keep
So
talking.
first it was the dreamer for me, and it came in the shape of Pablo, because he was saying stuff like, the next Bill Gates, the Latin Bill Gates, we're building something that nobody knows about, and you don't even have an idea. But what made me start believing his words was his consistency of being there through thick and thin. And I was like, oh, I'm starting to believe this dream too.
Yeah.
And then I found the motivator through Rod.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I stumbled upon Rod through a friend, Mireya, which, shout out to Mireya, amazing woman. She's got a story that you would never even believe. She's crazy. She's been through a lot. But she's like, you need to meet Rod. She's like, Fuego, I want you to meet Rod. At least come to the shop one time. I'm like, I got kids, I got this, I got that, She's like, but you want to lose weight, right? You want to get in shape, right? And I'm like, all right, I'll meet him once. That's all it took. 5 minutes at the shop.
You're done. You're like, I'm good.
I was set.
Yeah.
And then I had this trifecta I didn't even know about. I was blessed with. I just got blessed with it. And then 2 weeks ago, we're talking on the phone, and I see it. It just, a believer and a dreamer.
Yeah.
Boom. I already have them. I already have it. A believer and a dreamer, and someone who motivates me, and someone who believes in me. And I have that. And I'm just like, wow. That it hit me. After our conversation, I still sat there for like 5 more minutes just thinking about it. I was like, whoa. I was dumbfounded.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I would tell you, and Hugo's good about staying blessed, blessing people, paying it forward. You hear that a lot through mentorship, through bosses, through parents. Pay it forward. Always pay it forward. You know?
I try, yeah.
So,
that's the way I was
No,
raised.
you
So-
do it really well, man.
and that is so important because you just gotta keep passing the baton, and we forget about that kind of shit.
Yeah, I'm big on that. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
but
no,
I'm
it's
big
all
on
good.
that. I feel like once you know better, you do better. Pass it on to someone else. Don't just keep all that wisdom and knowledge to yourself, because then it's like you gained all that for nothing. Then if you're not going to give it back, you raise somebody else to be essentially better than you.
Now, if you want to look at the way that graph looks, it's like if you're in the middle and it was passed on to you and you're passing it on, don't forget to like also thank the person that's behind you or the one that blessed you. So that means those people that were there for you, hit them up.
Right.
Hey, Russ, you good? Hey, Gianni, you're good? Hey, Mom, are you good?
Yeah.
Because everybody's always good in quote.
Right.
But what the fuck does that really mean?
Right.
That's very vague. You know, you'll chop it up with somebody. Yo, what's up, baby? You good? Yeah, I'm straight. Like, nah, you ain't
Because
straight.
we don't want to offload. We don't want to offload. Sometimes we think, if I offload, I'm going to stress my friend out. We're worried about our friend.
Right.
But then you got friends that, like my boy, he calls me, he goes, you good? I'm like, no. Drop it. Let me know.
Yep.
But you know what? It's so consistent that now, after I'm done venting, I go, what about you? How you doing? And then he'll vent with me. And we vent at each other, and we trust each other without non-judgmentally. Non-judgmentally is big.
Yeah.
Being able to have a connection where you can talk about anything without judging and not give advice unless asked to give advice.
There you go.
Because
I think that's good.
sometimes people don't want advice; they just want to vent.
Right, and I was gonna say, so good. I'm glad you said that because for me, a big point for me is whenever one of my best friend Kenzie, her story's crazy too. Her testimony is so dope. When we first started talking, like getting to know each other, her testimony was dope. She'd been through so much, and I always felt like when she would come to me, I would never give advice to her because one of my things is I don't want to mislead somebody. I don't want to miscommunicate something to somebody if I haven't been through it myself. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like sometimes, like you said, sometimes you don't need to say anything. You just need to listen. And most
sometimes
people,
that's all they want.
Right? 9 times out of 10, they just want you to listen, and I think that's huge.
Yeah.
Yo, and what it is, we get caught up in like they're too busy, but a lot of times, I do want to listen.
Yeah.
I've always been a talker. And like literally, my parents would go to school.
We didn't know that, Rob. We didn't know.
And
that.
they'd be like, I know, bro. Yo, this has been, bro.
I'll turn a 5-minute workout into a 20-minute workout real quick.
Bro, this has been going on since Exodus, bro. Even Moses was, shut the fuck up.
We're done.
I'm part of the Red Sea already.
Bro, Moses, bro, that's how it happened. You didn't know that, bro? Moses was like, part, bro. Part, see? I gotta get the fuck away from this motherfucker. Please, part. This motherfucker will shut the fuck up. Motherfucker, Moses ran, bro. He was waiting for him. He fucking ran.
It's okay. I feel safe.
There's been a couple of times where it's just a simple, like, how's my position or what's the word? My form. How's my form? And he'll be like, well, the angle and the degrees because of this and that, and he has like a whole elaborate like okay, you could have just told me to sit up, like keep my back straighter. But I love that. I love that about him.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do go, all right, I'm gonna keep it short today.
Yeah.
Or I'll just quick question, like this, and then boom.
Yeah.
But by most part, I love your knowledge and the knowledge you share and the elaboration you give to it. You elaborate.
I mean, yeah, I know what it is. Passion takes over. So, and I am learning with the constructive feedback, and I appreciate it. I don't take it personal. I already know I talk a lot.
You shouldn't take it personal.
That's all good.
Right?
I mean, listen, when I was single picking up ladies, I swear they'd be like.
No, they weren't.
Do you get like you get nervous and you get into the long conversation?
Oh.
They're like, man, this nigga was bomb, but
bro,
man, you talk too much.
For real, bro. The girl be like, man, my hair was straight. Now it's a fucking perm by the time I'm done with him.
Just she puts her hand on your mouth.
No.
You're cuter when you're quiet.
Wait, that's actually perfect. That's actually perfect.
That's so good. Well, this just turned into the roast of Rod. Tune in next week.
No.
But
yeah, kind of took a turn.
But my parents and teachers like, he's such a good student, but he just can't shut the fuck up. That was the teachers back in the day, man. Yeah. So, and I just couldn't, And what it is, it's not that I love to talk. I like to engage. I like to meet people. I like the laughter. I like the community. And a lot of it is I had a fucked up childhood. I really did. And it's not to like put myself on a pedestal because we all have in some shape or form.
Everybody has a story, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you get a chance to create this or you're talking to somebody, on the fucking train and they're like, it's like, think about it, it's like my wife doesn't want to talk to me, my husband doesn't want to talk to me, my boyfriend, my girl, you see what I'm saying? So you get into those opportunities and like, man, somebody's listening to me. And that's what you guys talked about a couple minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? And so again, we've been talking about, the mentor passes it on. Don't forget about the mentor, check back on them, then pass it forward, the support structure, just be consistent about it. Don't take it for granted. A lot of people don't got it. Specifically with the shop, that's what I pride myself in integrating the shop is the sense of community. I've always said, be accountable, keep each other accountable. Because it sounds different when I tell you guys, hey, another rep. You guys are like, shut the fuck up.
we
But
don't
if you guys say it to each other, it's like, come on, girlfriend, another rep. And then you're like, okay, I got it. Then I'm like, motherfucker, I said the same thing.
It just didn't hit that
I
different.
just said the same thing.
That's because you
It did
remember
hit.
the movie called Major Pain?
All day.
You're the drill
All
sergeant.
day. And
You're the
again,
drill sergeant.
like Bullseye said, I don't take it personally.
Right.
It's fine. As long as you get that fucking rep.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if the fucking janitor comes in here and then he or she's like, one more rep. Okay. And then I'm like, bro, who the fuck are you? Oh shit, wrong building. But they just fucking got a PR. Fuck, bro. Bro, you need to get the fuck back in here more often, bro. Mr. Hype Man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I don't give a fuck where the motivation comes from,
Right.
as long as the energy's up.
Yeah.
It don't gotta be me.
Yeah.
But if it's not me, then be you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about it. Like, you guys like, coach, but daga, then what are you doing?
Right.
And it's like JFK said back in the day. You know, what is it? Not don't ask what your country can do for you, but what you can do for the country, some shit like that.
Yeah.
So, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Everybody's a critic. Everybody's criticizing. But what the fuck are you doing about it? What are you doing for the community? Man, it's so ghetto around here.
Most of the people that complain aren't doing anything.
They ain't doing shit.
Right.
They ain't doing shit. So you know what? Shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that. I don't need to hear your opinion, bro. It's like they used to tell me when I was a soldier. Well, they would tell me, it's like, don't come to me with a problem without a solution.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But I always used to think like, well, that's why I'm coming to you, bro. I need a solution.
They want you to think for yourself. No, that's what it is.
Or those people that say like, oh, you know what? Well, you can fix this, and if you did this, it would look better. Or
Right.
if you change this, like, where's the funding? Do you
Right,
even know my
right,
structure?
right,
It's your first day
right.
here.
Right.
It's your first day here. You don't know you don't know all the ins and outs about my business.
Yep.
Bro, that must have been my uncles because fuck. Holy shit. My mother's brothers de los Ramírez. Esos hijos puta no se callan. Esos llegan a la finca, a un rancho. Acá falta una vaquita. ¿Y este potero qué?
Y el pozo, hay que agarrar un pozo porque no han hecho un pozo.
Ya. Y después el tío Aldemar, estos hijos de putas, ¿para qué los invité? Sí, era acá a quejarse estos hijos de
I brought
putas.
up the Latino in you.
I'm like, translate. Please.
I know. Future
That's
podcasts,
the-
we will have subtitles for these tangents.
I'm like,
Subtitles.
translate, please. Oh my God.
I know, bro. I swear. I swear, everybody right now is like the most good.
Wait,
like,
what?
oh shit, my
Google,
TV's
Google.
fucked up.
What does he say? Google, what does he say?
I must have hit the sap button. What the fuck? Oh shit. But yeah, so the point of that was, it's like there's a critic in every family. There's a critic in every like friend structure,
Every community.
every support. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what,
There's
bro?
always a critic.
Just fucking listen and then move the fuck out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Or you could just be discreet and kind of like shuffle your way out of there. You know what I'm saying?
How would that work?
Yeah, like, they're just kind of
Like that.
I like that.
Wait,
It's
I'll
like,
try it. Wait.
You crab out.
moving,
You
bro.
crab out of it.
Yeah, you just
It's
crab
like,
out
Or
of it.
drag
bro.
and walk out of it, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Don't ask me, dude.
Like, listen,
Oh,
we're
okay.
gonna show them.
Okay.
Right? So you being a critic, right?
Yeah.
And you just talking shit, right?
You can't do that.
And
You guys are in the camera.
I said
You
be a
gotta move
critic,
this way.
bro.
You gotta do this way because I can barely see y'all.
This motherfucking gang member over
I
here
am.
about to kick my ass, bro.
What's that? That was
I said be a
Seawalk.
critic. She's like,
That
you
was the
can't do
Seawalk.
shit.
I'm sorry.
He
This is the
didn't
only
say
time we
Seawalk.
do
He didn't say
Oh
Seawalk.
my
He said,
God.
he
You already-
said crab. That's a Seawalk.
You already fucked up my shuffle.
I
I gotta
am
get out of a
sorry.
situation.
I'm sorry.
Damn, bro. On our next podcast, we'll
Right.
be teaching self-defense.
Yeah.
So we're about to hit an hour finally. We're having
Yeah.
too much fun in here.
Y'all, you guys, thank you for tuning in with us. This
But
has been good.
But
huh?
anything else on the support structure? We talked a lot about that.
No,
Audience.
I'm good.
Bullseye.
You want to add anything? Anybody?
Support structure?
Yeah.
Well, I remember what I will say is I was thinking about this is Rod said you guys need to figure out a way to hold yourself accountable. And I told him, let's do the group me. And the group me didn't really work. But when something triggered in the messenger, at first it was just me trying to communicate with my direct people that I was signing on to keep them motivated. But at one point I was just like, you know what? I'm going to get my best friend on there. So I put Vivian and I put Mireya in charge. And then the next day I see everybody's on.
Yeah.
And I don't know what, but you know how they say just see what sticks to the wall?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say what it is, but they're saying
Okay.
let's see what sticks.
That shit
That
stuck.
stuck. Like the messenger stuck, the graphics, the gifts, the community. And then I was like, everybody who's a member can join our crew or can join this chat room. And I have felt an enlightenment with it because I've not only gotten to know gym members on more closer basis, the personalities, their characters, but I've also been able to hold them accountable, hold myself accountable, and help motivate them. That was the purpose of it, was just motivation, because I'm a single father of 3. There's days where I get home and I still gotta cook dinner and I'm like, it's Wednesday, I don't want to go to the gym. But if you keep putting that excuse and you keep saying tomorrow's never today.
Right. You're never gonna do it.
And since I found that, I was like, I want to share this motivation with all the members. If they want to be part of that group, they're part of that group. Only active members are allowed in that chat. If you disappear for 3 months, I'm gonna boot you out of the chat room. But it's been working.
Yeah.
We hold each other accountable. We give each other energy. Everything that is that support. It's there in the chat room, and that it's been amazing. I appreciate. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat room. They're keeping it positive. I told at the beginning when I opened it, I said positive vibe only.
Yep.
No negative stuff. If you're criticizing or fighting, you're getting booted out. Nobody's done that to the day. Nobody's done that, and it's been amazing. And the support, the information, dieting, Q's and A's. And I always say there's no such thing as a dumb question.
Right.
Because I remember my first month here, every other movement on that whiteboard, coach, I know I just did a squat, but what does a squat look like again? I see the word, but it's not clicking the movement. And then Rod would look at me like, dude, you just did 5 of those. But okay, I'll walk you through it one more time. Remember like this? Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Now it's coming naturally. I'm at 16 months now, where now I memorize them.
Well, so and I'm here. Other coaches are here to help.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the only stupid question or bad question is the one not asked.
Right.
So we are here to help you. Janelle's great about that too, and really everybody is. But also try to have some sense of like memorization, y'all.
Yeah.
Like
That's a good point.
like all I gotta say is like just give a fuck a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you got the fuck meter right here, and it's like I give a lot of fuck and I don't give a fuck a lot.
Wait.
And you're still here.
What was that? What?
What? The give a fuck attitude.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Give a little bit of care.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I know. Okay. You know what? I will.
Are we picking on you? I'm sorry.
Yeah, but they're still on the word FUCK. So I will preface. I haven't. I should have done this on the intro. Rod curses a lot. All right. And I was taught back in the day with my coaches through football, Vasquez. There's a difference between an idiot and a fucking idiot. I got it, coach. I got it. Am I a fucking idiot? Not today, Vasquez. You're just the idiot today. But you've been the fucking idiot a couple times. I need you not let the running back get to the outside, okay? Push him to the fucking sidelines, okay? Anyways, so there's a difference, and that's why I curse a lot. It's just a lot of more emphasis, everybody. It's kind of like, this part is pretty dope, bro. Right? Like, this podcast is pretty dope. This fucking is dope, bro. That's a lot different, motherfucker. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying,
like what the heck? What the fuck?
Oh. That's when you get my attention. Oh, this shit got real.
Boys look at each other like, we about to go in there. What the fuck?
I'm just saying, even right here, bro. It's like if Janelle hits another PR, bro. And I'm like, yo, that was a good lift. She's like, thanks. But I was like, Janelle, that was a fucking good lift. She's like, thanks.
That's a world of a difference. That is a world.
Say it, bro.
That's a world of
So everybody gets on my shit. But I'm surprised priests at church, they be like, it's a fucking good day today. Everybody got quiet. Why y'all get quiet, man? God is not going to judge us because we use the word F-U-C-K. It's the position that we're in and how we're using it.
Yeah.
We're getting so caught up in society. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
God has nothing to do with your lack of judgment, bro. Your judgment sucks. Yeah. If anything, God right now is going, oh. I created this one too.
Yeah.
But he's right.
No, that's true. That's true.
So there are the
Just be real.
anti-cursors, but I've been a fluent cursor since I think I was like 13 years old.
Hey,
I
bro.
still remember the first time I cursed in front of my mom.
Oh, really?
She just went, "It'll be."
It's the truth, bro. There's the
I
truth.
was like, "Mom, they pissed me off. I'm sorry." I was like, "What the
But
fuck?"
we get that from our parents, bro. Yeah, so we're out tripping,
Yeah.
but we get it from our parents, and it's like, I know we're at 60, but we're flowing. We're gonna keep going. We're like I'm just saying, we got people rolling, motherfuckers.
I didn't know it was a timer. I didn't say cut.
Bro, like, look, we got our parents, bro, and look, you did not press the sat button. But like my mom, bro. Sí, no sea tan huevo, no, hombre. Right? So then I'm like, ay, ma, perdón. And that's it, right?
So fucking lazy.
Right? So then, right? Don't be a dummy, right? Like, come on, Tamara, why you do that again? Don't be a dumbass, right?
You little fucker.
Right. But then my mom goes, so I'll be like, ay, ya, perdón, ma, disculpe. No sea tan huevón, right? But it's like, no sea tan hijo de puta! Ay, hijo de puta, madre! You're about to get your ass kicked after that, bro.
Yeah.
So if your mom's goes, it's like, because I just umphed it there, right? I articulated the F-U-C-K word in Colombian
No, my
dialect.
mom would be like, "Hijo de tu madre," and she goes, "Ay, soy tu madre, su madre." She's like, "No soy tu madre, es hijo de la chingada." But only when my pops was around, because my pops was a very serious man. I've never heard him cuss. I'm serious, it's crazy. But and something about me, I always hit a mute button around my parents. It's just the way my pops was. He's like, you are a businessman and a gentleman. You're going to speak right on the street. So I have that. And in any professional environment, no cuss words. But in high school and around my friends and just general life, cuss here, cuss there, cuss left, cuss right. Until my 4-year-old started repeating me. And then my 11-year-old goes, "Daddy, I think Aaron's learning a lot from you." And then I was like, Dad's got to mute that button around the kids now because I got to tone it down. He's a kid and he's in school. I don't want him getting in trouble at school. I know one day they're going to start cussing, but I want to give them what my old man gave me, which is that dignified respect on the street. It's just like that saying, "A lady on the streets, but a freak in the sheets."
I mean, I wouldn't say
A
it like
gentleman
that.
a gentleman on the street, but you know.
Shit to a different level.
Bro, we need motherfucking Hugo on the panel more often. Because this motherfucker waters down everything I fucking say.
Literally, I was like,
Say, bro.
I was trying to premise what you were saying.
I love it, bro. Come on, man. Don't Hugo.
I think guy
No, it's not that. You're great. I'm just saying that this motherfucker's like rated R and I'm YouTube Kids. You know what I'm
Hey, if anybody knows me, they know I'm a gentleman on the streets, but I'm a freak.
That's enough.
Bro,
They need to know that.
Right? No shit.
Hey,
bro.
no. And there was this group, Freaky by Nature, right?
No,
When I
there you
heard
go.
them, I was like, wow, naughty by nature.
Naughty by nature. You don't need no more. Here.
Bro, Hugo. Bro,
What were you doing?
bro, if you guys zoom in on Ugo's face, that motherfucker red right now, bro. He's been blushing for the
I'm
past
just
5
saying.
minutes.
All I'm just saying.
on?
Freaky by
Who are you
nature.
on?
No.
Who is he on?
Dude, that's
Just
not
you
even a
guys-
band of Jamaican.
No.
That motherfuckers are freaky.
Let me just
Freaky
let
by
me finish
nature.
with this. I'll
Naughty by
finish with
nature.
this. I'll finish with
Okay, naughty
this.
by nature.
Naughty by nature. Naughty by nature. My bad. I said the wrong word.
All right.
We gotta change the
My
group chat
apologies.
name.
Naughty by
Thirsty.
nature if you ever hear this video. But I'm just going to, at the end of the day, we all have a dark side,
Yeah.
and we all naughty by nature.
Calling
So,
yourself dark by
so we all cuss. All parents cuss on their worst day. I heard my mom cuss, but she says it backwards. She's, shit fucking when she gets mad and she wants to cuss because she's in a really extreme situation. She wants to get mad, but it comes out all wrong.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we all have that dark side. But what's wrong with talking about it? Like we're
Right.
talking about it right now.
Right.
Why not talk about it?
Yeah.
Why are we gonna act like it doesn't exist?
We should
It's
talk
just
about
the
that
truth.
because I never understood how my mom, when she would get into her ass, she'd be like this, and Pablo's about to roll, but she'd be like, Rodrigo, stick with me too. I never understood that shit, bro.
That was the no.
They
That
do
was
that-
the next level. That's
They do
what
that.
you
They do that.
I did understood it.
They like mumble, bro,
No, that's when
and
you
they're like
knew.
getting into your ass.
Yeah.
Bro, that's when you knew you.
Ya
topped
te digo,
off.
It's like they're having a fucking heart attack while they're getting your ass, bro.
Because they're so fed up with you. At that point, you knew you passed the limit.
They
That was
lost.
like
They lost all. Yes, right.
I do that to my kids, and they.
Yeah.
You've seen it here at the shop. I'm like, I don't.
You're right. You're right. Because when I get into my kids'
Throw
ass,
it.
he's right. He's right.
And I
'cause-
bite my lip, and he sees it, and he goes, "No, daddy, no, daddy." I go, "Time out, right now,
Yeah.
go."
Yeah.
And I don't care. Here in the shop, my shop members have seen me.
Yeah.
They're like, "Are your kids okay?" No, they're doing the timeout right now because
Yeah.
the public eye intensifies 5 minutes. Oh, 5 minutes to the public eye is an eternity.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Yeah.
It's like my son. Maybe not so much Renata, but like my son and like Aaron, like his son. That little motherfucker's cute, bro. So it's like
Especially
getting
one of the puppy eyes.
and yeah, he's like, but Dad,
Aw.
it wasn't me.
That's exactly how he thinks. That's exactly
He's
how
got
he
the
thinks.
lisp and he's got like that 25-year-old voice already.
Aw.
So, I swear, Aaron is 6, going on like 30, bro. So he's got this strong voice already, and he's cute as hell. And like, I remember it was Hugo, Janelle, and I, and there was a chicken bone somewhere back there. And I was cleaning up, and it goes like, "There, not me, Molly, not me." And then it was like, it's quiet, bro.
Aaron just
And
like,
Aaron was on the side like, "Oh, I think they're out to me." And then Hugo was like, "Aaron!" He's like, Aaron was like, Aaron's the shit, bro. I love that
Oh,
little
that
dude.
guy, he's a lot of energy.
He's adorable.
amazing. I love
And
that kid.
so it goes back to like, damn, I almost wanted to cry right now. So like, yeah, bro. Well, we talked about vulnerability,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's what this is all about, right?
Yeah.
Emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, anyways, so they got all these kids, the parents, and Janelle, she brings Malachi through, and other people bring their nieces, nephews, all that kind of stuff. That's a beautiful thing,
Yeah.
and that's part of the support structure. So we haven't talked about that, and actually, good segue by Hugo bringing up his kids. So it's about the children,
Yeah.
and people miss that concept. They say, well, what do you mean? I'm here right now working out. You fucking idiot. Like, we're talking about building a community
Yeah.
through legacy, through generations.
Oh man, I gotta segue to that. It's just a little quick 1 minute story on
Yeah.
that. Is I came in here just to get myself in shape because both my daughters are pre-diabetic, and I never, and Rod's testimony to this, I've never told them, girls, you got to do what I do, or girls, I want you to work out. Nope. I'm just getting myself in shape because my mom became diabetic at 40 and I'm pushing it. And I'm like, okay, I gotta get in shape. I got a ruptured disc. I need to lose the weight. And I've been here and I bring them. And that was the biggest reason why I came here was one, Rod and his knowledge and his dedication to the shop. But two, can I bring my kids along? And he was like, bro, I'll build a kiddie section for you. I don't have a dedicated one yet, but I'll do it. And he's like, and there's other parents here, so that'll work out. I'm like, okay. Now, fast forward from day one to now, 16 months later, you've seen it. The girls, they want to do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I've never once asked them to do what I'm doing. They're like, Daddy, can I do what you're doing? You can shadow me. You can't touch the weights, but if I'm doing squats on the bar with weight, I want you on the left or on the right and do the squats. Yeah. No weight. And they're on it, and they're so inspired just by watching me do what I do day in and day out. They want to copycat me. And that was without me, no effort. I never once had to tell them, I want you to do what I'm doing. It was just, that was definitely a lead by example. Yeah. And they picked it up, and I was like, yo, they really are watching you. Kids are watching you. Kids are watching you. And now it's Aaron. He's starting to do it now too. Now that he turned 5, he's starting to, you see him that he comes out of the kiddie area and he's like, Dad, can I do something too? Like,
wait, he only turned 5?
He just turned 5.
You got a long way to go.
Oh yeah, he's 5 going on 11.
I swear, I was gonna send him to the store the other day with an
Bro,
I forgot milk and bread. Aaron, can you take Renata real quick?
When he was born,
go with your 10-year-old cousin.
Your 10-year-old cousin.
Well, I used to be a mover, and to add to that, when I used to be a mover, when he was born, some of my coworkers came to visit, and they saw him. They're like, "Yo, strap a box to his back right now. He's ready to go." he was a long boy. Yeah. Like, he's tall. His clothes is 11. He's 5. I have to order kids 11 for him. And my 11-year-old, I have to order 13 for her. She's a tall girl. My kids are gonna be tall. And the whole time they've been off the scale, right? According to the computers, they've been on the scale. I'm like, Dad's 6 foot tall. What are you guys doing? Like, I don't see them like super chunky, overweight.
No, they're not.
Oh, your kids are morbidly obese. What's the word?
Morbidly obese.
Morbidly obese.
I'm
like, all right, but
press the sad button. It might sound better in Spanish.
Morbidly obese. I had a tongue twister there. Sorry. That's a Spanish to English.
That's why I didn't try to correct it, because I was gonna fuck it up.
So. We got a support team.
You were support team, bro.
There you go.
They kicked in. They kicked in.
Yes.
But that was the biggest thing, is just get in shape to keep up with the energy that the kids have, and then they just slowly picked it up by watching. They watch it.
So to Hugo's point, my goal at the shop is to compartmentalize the age groups, have domains of folks. So 2 to 7, caregiver, kid zone, 8 to 12 with me, 13 to 17 they could train with the adults. I've been trying to do that, but then coaches come and go. So until I get consistent, sustainable, and retainable with the coaching staff, then I want to do that with the camps, because I feel bad with like Alicia's son, Javier, with Malachi, and these kids are studs. And I say that in fact, like I've seen Kai's stuff on Instagram.
Oh, man, he's amazing.
And he's kicking kids' asses on flag football. So yeah, I follow. You know,
we're fans.
I don't tell you because I don't want to blow you.
You're doing an amazing job.
I don't want to blow up your head, bro.
Yeah, you do.
But
an amazing
so
job,
Janelle's an amazing mom. So all that to say, but we gotta help those amazing moms, those amazing dads, and so you create these places, these community centers. For me, back in the day, it was Boys and Girls Club, but even that was super ghetto. So you get there, and it's like, hey, can you help me? Get the fuck away from me. Oh, shit, I thought you were the adult. Like, yeah. Fuck. You go to the bathrooms, there's no toilet paper. There's not even fucking soap. It's just ghetto as fuck. You know, it's like, not even the dispenser. It's like, who steals a dispenser? Like, fuck.
Who's so angry they're hanging off the wall, kicking the dispenser?
Yeah.
Because all you see is 3 huge holes from the bolts knocked out of the dispenser. I've been there. I've seen that.
It's like you see a shit in the unit. Come on, like really, bro? Come on, man. Just steal the handles from the sink, but not shit in the urinals.
No, they're like, nope, I'll sleep there. They got it.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, it's bad. I've seen it. I've been around that.
So the point of all these structures, you have all these facilities. YMCA is a good facility. I've always given props to them. Is you gotta have places that give a shit, that give a fuck, okay, that care. So just to be PC, that care. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do here. Is create an environment.
Because I was sitting right here.
Yeah.
Wait, you said PC or PG?
PC.
PC.
Politically correct.
Oh, my
Yeah.
bad.
Not
I was
what
like
that meant?
PG. I thought he was muting the cuss word.
Wait.
But,
No.
Okay, I was like,
I just kind of went from here to like okay
all the way
back
down here.
to ground. I grounded. Because I swear there's some moms where I was like, oh my god, what are you watching porno?
Okay, this is not the type of podcast. Oh my God.
This is worse than porno. Turn that shit off, Valentine. Turn that shit off.
you're cussing too much.
I swear, bro.
Wait, you want to hang out with this is who you want to associate with?
It's just
This is,
fun.
no, we're
Mom.
really low key when it comes to
Yeah.
being here live.
Yeah.
We're just
No,
another
yeah,
level,
so
right?
okay, to the parents out there, when there are the kids, I do put my
Yeah.
dad cap on and I put my like dad bod shirt on. I'm like, all right, kiddos,
Yeah,
let's
we're
go
not
over
cussing
here
left and right out here.
and let's give it all you got. As mom wants you to be the best you can be,
Stop it.
just like Uncle Sam, we want you.
Okay.
So I put my dad hat on, and then we encourage these kids. So and with that said, I am more patient with the kids. Obviously, there's just a different brain mechanism, a lack of maturation experience. Obviously, with the older people, I'm a little tougher, sure, but even then, there's a sense of sympathy, empathy, all
And
that jazz.
respect.
If I can
Yeah,
relate,
that's
Respect.
Respect,
I'll give
yeah,
you
I-
that one. That's a huge one. You
I'll
give
never
us
disrespect
respect all the
anybody.
time.
That's a fucking fact.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you guys have heard or whatnot, but the fact is, respect is one of the codes of ethics here, and that's a fact. So no one will ever take that away from me or question my integrity. So with that said, we just want to create a place that peace, love, and harmony. As corny as that sounds, but it's just a fact.
Yeah.
We don't want you folks to come and enjoy it. We want you to come enjoy it and stay and sustain the community and build from 50 to 100 to 1,000 members.
Yeah.
So that one day maybe we have 10 acres and it's just one big kumbaya fucking circle. So I had to throw the fuck in there. So so with that said, we are going on an hour and 16 minutes already.
Yeah.
Anything out there
Anybody?
about support structure, guidance, tips, nothing?
I know you want to say something.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say about like emotional intelligence because my sister brings up a good point. Like obviously like for me, like I don't want to tell all my business, but like being in a relationship, I wasn't exactly aware of my emotions.
Sure.
My sisters. That I love my sisters and I thank God for my sisters because they had to pick me check like no girl like we know you like we know that you're a very godly woman and you're happy, you're upbeat, you live your life, and when you're dating this person, you're depressed. Like
So good.
that's not you, And so like I thank God for my sister Tiana because she brought it up like, girl, listen, you need to leave him alone. Like, look at you, that's not you. Like ever since I left him alone, I'm back to myself, but it's going back again. And I never thought I would need therapy after that situation, but I did, and that was new. But I'm glad that I went. Because now, going back to the dating scene, my eyes are open. I'm not just gonna allow somebody just to talk it up and be all fake. Like, nah, I'm gonna be looking for stuff. I need to see how you are. I need to see, I need to see stuff. Like, I'm
You're
not just
cute,
gonna go
but
for
I gotta
cute
know who
work.
you are first. So,
Yeah. Like,
So
I'm not
good.
gonna fall for just the okie doke anymore. Like the nice
Okay.
and sweet words. You're sweet,
I
but
love
who?
Okay, all right. Cheers to Okie Doke.
No, but that's real though. That's real. Like that's real stuff. Like sometimes, and I'm gonna be talking about this in my Bible study group with a couple of girls that I teach with because it's so ladies especially like we get so caught up, and I'm not trying to knock y'all dudes because y'all are bomb, but I'm just saying for real like ladies we get caught up in these he looks fine and cute, he treats me so good, and then a couple of months later he's treating you like dirt and you're depressed and you're not even yourself. Like what? Like
So
that doesn't
good,
make sense. So you need to know what to watch out for. You need to be aware of your emotions. You know what I mean?
Well, so we told. Hey, preach it, sister, because. So Tiana talked about that maybe at a minute 45 or so, and she talked about if it is 45, then I'm fucking good. But it was a long time ago. So this podcast, she talked about worth, and I talked about specificity and how to gain that knowledge, emotional intelligence, And one of those tips was she said worth, and that's what Tamara was just talking about. You know, creating worth in yourself. If you don't create worth in yourself, nobody else is gonna think you're wealthy. You gotta create your wealth first. Have introspect before you gain perspective. You know what I'm saying? So, anything else? Any other alibis? That was good. Thank you, Tamara.
That was really good.
So with that, I will. Oh, see, look, it's perfect, bro.
Yeah,
I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose. I swear I did that on purpose, bro. Kid Cudi, Pursuit of Happiness. What's going on? Not yet, not yet. Kid Cudi, Pursuit of Happiness. That's what it's all about. And like we always say, run the day. Don't let the day run you. We're out. Peace.